Good evening and welcome to the Veneto Club, David Barlow Stadium at Bulleen for a very, very big game in the Women's Premier League in Football Victoria, round 20, and a vital game for both teams. A vital game for both teams, particularly Heidelberg to stay in touch with the top four. They're 2 games down on the rest of the competition because of the fact, in fact, 3 games. Most teams have played 20, bar Bulleen, because they've had 2 games washed out. Their pitch deemed not to be suitable due to all the wet weather in recent times. And Bulleen, well, they're second on the table after Alamein in recent weeks, a draw against South Melbourne. And then they were beaten yesterday, a big result for Calder. Most of the Calder girls are here tonight as they play Heidelberg in a cup semi-final later in the week. But this is a big opportunity for Heidelberg. As I said, they're down a couple of games. They've got to make those up. They're still in contention to play in the finals, but 7 points behind South Melbourne. Remembering South Melbourne have played 3 more games. Also got a 14-goal better goal difference at the moment. South Melbourne ahead of Heidelberg, who in recent weeks their form has not been as good as it was in the first half of the year. You go back to rounds 14 and 15, and Alamein and also Calder in consecutive weeks thrashed them 6-1 and 5-0 respectively. Bulleen had a big loss to Calder a couple of weeks ago, conceding the most number of goals they've conceded all year in a game, 4. They got beaten 4-2, but generally they've been pretty good down back. Their number 1 goalkeeper, Emily Shields, has been away. Teresa Morrissey will be their goalkeeper tonight, with Maduri Arai having to be cleared to Bayside because you can only have 2 imports on your list. And Bulleen chased Bayside's captain and star goal scorer, one of their best players, in Margot Rabin, who's come across to play with Bulleen for the second half of the season and should be a very, very handy acquisition to this Bulleen side tonight. So we'll see how we go with the Heidelberg team as well. They've picked up another player from Bayside who seem to have had a mass exodus of players in recent times. Savannah Anastopoulos has joined Heidelberg as Bulleen will get first possession of Margot Rabin, who scored in her first game for Bulleen in this Monday night clash, and they go back straight away, and Natoli has it, and she spreads it towards the right-hand side to Kayla Morrison, who a couple of weeks ago came on in the second half and got her team on the board with a terrific goal early days, as that ball was a little bit too long and it couldn't be taken by Cassie Carmen, who was pretty good against NTC a couple of weeks ago. Ali Torre, it's headed down by Heidelberg, controlled by Rabin, such a good player. And what a great asset she'll be to this team as she goes back now to Morrison. Morrison now looking to get it inside the attacking half. Good play by Quickly to get a little boot to ball. Cleared at the back only momentarily by Heidelberg. Good play by Lisa Fania. And then it's taken by Allen and cleared by Monica Fania. Ball still at mid-pitch. And Monica Fania, the 17-year-old, was brought down. And she was tackled by Iramano. And it will be Heidelberg's ball inside their attacking half as they head to the scoreboard end, and they look to get on the board early, Heidelberg, in their endeavours to stay in the finals race. Monica Fenoya, long ball towards the penalty area. It's footed out of there by Natoli. Monica Fenoy gets a hurried boot to ball. It was Lisa Fenoy that had the free kick, actually. Ali Torre nearly loses her footing. Back to Lisa Fenoy. Lisa Fenoy will switch to the left-hand side. Opportunity now for Siri to bring it down that left-hand side, just outside the attacking area, but she runs out of room. Good defence by Bulleen, but Bulleen got a foot on that, so the first corner of the night will go the way of Heidelberg, and it'll be taken by Sydney Allen, who scored 11 goals this year. Difference between the two teams is the spread of goal scorers. Bulleen certainly having more of a spread than Heidelberg. Sydney Allen, a low kick, which is cleared away by Carmen, who is standing on the left-hand side of the penalty area. A chance for Heidelberg to bring it back inside the attacking half again, but at the back, Morrissey will clean it up. Now she'll bring it out to the right-hand side, taken by Caitlin French. She does well. And then Kane, good through ball. Here's Iramano in the orange boots. On the left-hand side now, she's got a couple of opponents. She turns them inside out, goes towards the top of the area, but unfortunately Rabin slips over back to Iramano. Cleared, though, by Fanoia, and she puts it over the sideline as she was camped well inside the penalty area, defending at the northern end. So it will be a Bulleen ball to be taken by Casey Carman. We've played nearly 3 minutes, 0-all. Controlled by Friend. She goes back now to Morrison. Morrison, a looping ball, trying to get there, but unfortunately couldn't get there in time. Rabin, and taken by Christina Fanoia. Christina Fanoia brings it out the right-hand side. And here's a chance for Siri. Siri bumps her opponent off, and that's Mulderry. They have a good contest, and it's over the sideline in front of the pavilion. And it will be Heidelberg's ball right on halfway. Missing a few players tonight. Alan Turner away. Holly Balderston taking a break from football to concentrate on university as Heidelberg forced to go back. Fanoia again, Lisa Fanoia. This is better play by Anastopoulos, but then she loses control of it. Caitlin Friend wins it back inside the attacking half for Bulleen, but stopped again by Monica Fanoia. And then eventually Bulleen puts it inside their attacking half, but over the sideline, off a Heidelberg boot in Ali Torre. And it will be taken by Carman. Carman tries to get it down towards Quigley. Quigley controls it nicely. She was held on to as well. Good contest against Lisa Fanoia. And it will again be a free kick to go Bulleen's way, about 10 metres outside the penalty area. And Emily Dolzahn, who scored 6 goals this year, but hasn't hit the score sheet for about 2 months. She'll take it on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Most of the players are converging towards the right-hand side, and that's where she heads as she chips it, headed down, and then there's an attempt by Iramano, but it sails over the sideline. She was under pressure in trying to put any penetration on that particular drive towards the goal, and Christina Fanoia will go in short and favour the outer side. Looking to get it going now. Heidelberg still well inside their defensive half. Bulleen controlling it nicely. They try and bring it down the right-hand side, but it will be a Heidelberg ball. Played each other twice this year. They had a fascinating 0-all draw when both teams were really flying about 10 weeks ago at Heidelberg. And then earlier in the season, the opening game of the season, Bulleen got over the line, a good contest 2-1. So it will be a Bulleen ball to be taken by Dolzahn. On the right-hand side, the attacking half. Approaching 6 minutes in the first half. And plenty of penetration on the kick by Dolzahn, headed away by Fanoia, and Heidelberg clear it again, but only as far as Kane to the top of the penalty area and trying to beat a couple of opponents, but she can't as Iramano racing away now, Torre, but then Iramano comes across her bows and puts it over the sideline. Anastopoulos involved there as well, so Torre will bring it back into play. Her second game of the new club, Savannah Anastopoulos, coming from Bayside, and she gets it now to Sydney Allen. Sydney Allen there sees it over the sideline once again with that interesting headgear that she wears for every match. One of the American imports in this Heidelberg team. So Ali Torre, her mother is of course the team manager Peggy, and they put it inside the attacking half now. Heidelberg. Morrison will go back to Morrissey. Morrissey, the goalkeeper, elects to kick to her own advantage and head out to the right-hand side. A kick with plenty of penetration, taken now by Natoli. Natoli does well to bring it inside the attacking half. That's a good ball. Friends on the edge of it in the penalty area. She'll get a pass for Fanoia. It's an open goal and a great goal. Magnificent piece of play. What a finish by Caitlin Friend. Christina Fanoia came out to get her. Friend was running out of room on the right-hand side of the penalty area, but she managed to slide it past her, and what a start by Bulleen. A goal inside 7 minutes. Caitlin Friend's 9th of the season. Bulleen 1, lead Heidelberg 0. She's a very, very good player, Caitlin Friend. She's had a lot of experience playing in England, Notts County, and also a couple of stints at Melbourne Victory. So Heidelberg win possession through Garcia, who's only scored 1 goal in her past 6 matches. Melissa Garcia for Heidelberg. They need her to get on the board as they chase the game. Anastopoulos gets it down now very close to the sideline to Garcia. Anastopoulos kept running. Allen comes in to lend her support. But getting on goal side is Natoli, and it's pushed over the sideline. and it will be a Heidelberg throw-in through Ali Torre, well inside their attacking half. So we approach 8 minutes. Sydney Allen traps it. Long ball towards the penalty area. Then an attempted scissor kick. Wasn't a bad effort by Garcia, as she was just standing inside the penalty area in the heart of it. And she did well under tremendous pressure to try and kick one over her head, but she misses. And it's 1-0 Bulleen. Great goal by Caitlin Friend. Down the right-hand side. Quigley kept it alive. Back to Friend. That's what they're so good at. Friend another through ball. Cut off though. Good defence on that occasion by Robers. Her sister plays at quarter. Back now towards Monica Fenoy. Now Sydney Allen a through ball down the left-hand side to Siri. Siri approaches, gets to the penalty area, but all she can do is put it in the breadbasket on the left-hand side of Morrissey. Morrissey, nice little throw to Natali, back to Morrissey again. They share it on the pavilion side of the Veneto Club. Down the right-hand side, a through ball again. Too much on that, and it will be cleaned up at the back by Christina Fenoya. So 1-0 lead early days for Bulleen. We haven't played 10 minutes yet in our coverage on Football Victoria's feed of all the women and men's Premier League matches, under 20 matches as well. Sydney Allen an opportunity. Ball's inside the attacking half for Heidelberg. Tried to get it to Anastopoulos. Won't out of it by Carmen. That was good play by Robers to the top of the penalty area, but chopped off again by Morrison. Now to Rabin, getting used to the way her new teammates play. Goes back to Natali, sharing with Morrison. And they look to load up again. Through ball, a good one to Friend. Friend lets it play on to Rabin. Back now to Natali. The two solid defenders for Bulleen. Out to the right-hand side. Combining now with Sarah Kane. Sarah Kane under pressure. Almost turned over, but Sarah Kane keeps it alive, but it's right on halfway. And Heidelberg do well to cut it off, and they'll win possession in front of the Calder players who are here tonight. They've got, as I say, a semi-final cup match on Thursday after a big win yesterday against Alamein, 4-0. It's headed down. It's inside the attacking half. Good play by Rabin to win it in her second game with the new club. She'll slide it wide now to Cassie Carmen. Carmen down the left-hand side, getting in the road Torre for Heidelberg. Monica Fanua helps out. Goes back to older sister Lisa and even older sister Christina. Defends at the back. Gets it back now from Lisa. She's probably the middle sister then. So we'll go with that, eh? Here's a chance for Ali Torre. Down to Lisa Fenoya. A little ball towards Allen. Getting a foot in it though, Kane, who's guarding her. Good contest between Ali Torre and also Iramano of Bulleen, just inside the attacking half. Cleared by Monica Fenoya, but Kane's got it again. Sharing with Iramano. Back to Kane. Through ball, too much on it, and should be cleaned up at the back by Christina Fenoya. Now Ali Torre finds Fenoya, and now Allen. Two opponents pressing her. That's a good through ball. Natali getting on the right side of Garcia, and then chipping in Mulderry. Goes back to Morrissey, and then to Morrison. Morrison, who scored 4 goals this year, finds Friend. Friend was nearly pushed off it by Fenoya. She's saying, what about a foul? Get on with it, Caitlin. The free wasn't given. Keep playing. Here's an opportunity for Ellen. Kicks into bodies. Here's Carmen. She turns it over. Now Friend can play the ball. She scored the first goal, but coming across her path. Great tackle, Lisa Fenoya. Inside the attacking half for Heidelberg. Now Ellen a through ball, but no one on the end of it for the Burgers, and cleared at the back by FC Bulleen Lions and their goalkeeper, Morrissey. Little pass now on the edge of the penalty area to Morrison, and now Friend taking it hard, the captain tonight. She goes long and high towards the outer side. Good play, Mulderry. Goes back now to Natali. Natali in front of the pavilion. Well inside the defensive half for Bulleen, but getting an opportunity to go for a bit of a searching run and then drive it long. Had too much on it for Quigley. Iramano is also loitering with intent. Wasn't cleared at all well by Torre. Iramano goes back and gets it. Torre putting pressure. Sockers to her own advantage, then gets to the top of the box. Cleared away though cleverly by Heidelberg. Still inside the attacking zone for Bulleen. Good volley by Carmen. Got it down now towards Dolzan, who trapped it but then lost it. Getting across her path, the young teenager in Monica Fenoya. And now she finds Syrie combining with Allen in the defensive half for Heidelberg. Pass out wide now. They'll look to drive it down the left-hand side, Heidelberg, but only as far as Morrison. who's doing well to be kept well inside the defensive half. Back to Morrissey, and now to Kane, and now looking to drive once more, Morrison. Natoli down the right-hand side, keeping control of the ball, flicked over the top, Mulderry. Here's a chance for Dolzan now. She'll run onto it to opponents around her. She does well to pass it out wide. Mulderry running on the edge of the penalty area. She does well to get it to the top of the box, and trying to head it away was Iramano and put it through for a goal. She couldn't, she missed it. It's taken again by Rabin as it's kicked into bodies of Heidelberg, the two defenders, and it will be a corner for Bulleen. Gee, that was dangerous. Right in the box was Iramano hanging around, but it just had a bit too much carry. She's not one of the taller players in this Bulleen team, but I had a feeling that Christina Fenoy was slightly offline and mightn't have been able to control that if Iramano could have got a nod on that, which he was unable to. But anyway, the first corner of the night to Bulleen to lead 1-0. Long ball by Dolzan, it's deep, knocked away by Fenoy. Good play by Heidelberg to clear it and put it over the sideline, but it will be a Bulleen ball, and Mulderry will take it with a team up 1-0. We've played nearly 14 minutes in the first half. Final match of round 20. Heidelberg's first match for 3 weeks due to a wet pitch at West Heidelberg, and you just wonder what effect that'll have on them. Obviously they'll be fresh, but will they also be a bit rusty, having not played football for a while? And here's Caitlin Friend. She can't control it either as she's pressed and puts it over the sideline. In fact, her opponent put it over the sideline. That was Garcia, and the ball's inside the attacking half again. Good header by Lisa Fenoy, quickly looking to control it. Does well to get a boot on it. It goes across the face, and then in the end, Christina Fenoy could do nothing more but thrust a boot at it and make sure that it gets over the byline, or over the sideline it was, and Carmen will take it. Very close to where the byline and sideline meet at the northern end. So it's thrown back. Taken by Morrison. Morrison now on the left. Lobs a long ball to the penalty area. It's headed down by Friend. Didn't have enough on it. Comfortably taken in the heart of the goal mouth by Christina Fenoy, with Bulleen leading 1-0 courtesy of a Caitlin Friend goal inside the first 10 minutes. Down the left-hand side go Heidelberg again. They have it in the attacking half. Allen looks to control it. Mulderry keeping her honest. Allen chips it inside now, but it's turned over once more. Great play by Rabin. Rabin now with a through ball, has too much on it. Lisa Fenoy getting back, but her sister Christina is there to ensure that she's there to clean it up inside the penalty area at the northern end. Having a lot of work to do, Heidelberg, at the moment defensively, and they trail 1-0. Long ball by Christina Fenoy, headed down by Bulleen inside the attacking half, volleyed on by Friend, who'll get it again from Quigley. Push forward, 4-on-1. Trying to get on the end of it, though, is Dolzan. She did well to hustle and bustle inside the penalty area. The two opponents were right next to their goalkeeper, Christina Fenoy, to ensure no harm was done. Ellie Torre, one of them, and Lisa Fenoy, the other. High ball to the halfway mark. Carmen's there to try and volley it. She can't. Controlling it is Anastopoulos at ground level. Getting a boot on at Rabin. Back now to Allen. Allen and Rabin, two of the stars of the competition. Down the right-hand side, Allen coming across her bow and putting it over the sideline for Bulleen is Cassie Carmen. So 16 minutes play. Bulleen 1, Heidelberg 0. Third meeting between the two teams. A win and a draw so far. The two encounters as they go down the right-hand side. And kicking into bodies is Anastopoulos. And it'll be taken by Ali Torre. And it will be a throw-in near where the byline and the sideline meet. In the grandstand where we're broadcasting from. And again, she kicks into bodies, Ali Torre, and once again they're happy to concede a throw. Dolzan of Bulleen. Now Torre, a long ball, which was way off balance when she kicked that, and it's over the byline. No harm done as far as Bulleen are concerned. Morrissey to Natoli. Natoli down the right-hand side. Will go long again. Iramano trying to get on the end of it, but heading it down is Lisa Fenoya. A couple of nods there. Then nodded by Quigley towards the edge of the penalty area. Quigley at ground level. Missed by Rabin. Good little ball by Kane. And that'll nearly go out, I think. Might have been a couple of Heidelberg players that might have had last touch. That's why, in the end, I think Caitlin Friend was happy to allow it to go out of play. And it will be a Bulleen ball in the grandstand we were broadcasting from. And it'll be taken by Carmen to the edge of the penalty area, volleyed on by Quigley, turned over again though by Monica Fenoya to halfway, controlling it Garcia, two opponents on her, Natali pushing and shoving and wins the contest, goes back to Kayla Morrison, she says I'm going to go wide to the outer side and she does, finds Mulderry's pass is a good one, right on halfway, taken by Zafaridis, and now Kane, and now Morrison, bursting her way down through the middle of the pitch, great pass inside to Quigley, back to Morrison, in the penalty area, Morrison shoots, but misses to the right-hand side. She probably should have finished that. And she got herself tucked on that left-hand side. I still thought she might have had enough time to get on who preferred right and put that away. Christina Fenoya was heading towards the right-hand side and had the left side open. But an opportunity goes begging for Bulleen, who still lead 1-0, courtesy of Caitlin Friend. We've played nearly 19 minutes in the opening half. But a lovely run by Kayla Morrison. I remember she produced a wonderful run a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday against NTC when she started as a sub, came on in the second half, the opening minutes of the second half when scores were 0-0, and she thought, well, I've had enough of this 0-0 business, having spent the first half on the bench, and she just burst through the middle and scored a long goal from well outside the penalty area. Now Rabin a chance to trap it. She loses control of it. They win it towards the middle of the pitch inside the defensive half, Heidelberg, taken by Monica Fenoya, goes back to Robers. Robers now has support at the back, and they're under a little bit of pressure, Heidelberg, at the moment, almost turned over. But Lisa Fenoya manages to win it back to Sydney Allen. Sydney Allen doing a good job. Daniela Galicia also involved in that exchange. They get it inside the attacking half. Anastopoulos there, but taken from her brilliantly by Carmen. Good body-on-body player. Down now towards Iramano. She had too much on that, and eventually Heidelberg try and clear it, but don't get it very far. Again, wonderful work by Quigley, who's so good on the ball, so classy, but it passed just a little bit astray on that occasion, heading down the right-hand side, as she had a couple of opponents confronting her, putting pressure on her, and she wasn't able to execute the way that she normally can, Quigley, who scored 14 goals this year for Bulleen. As they lead 1-0, they're very good at just getting the result of 1-0 and 2-0. Not too many blowouts with them this year as Quigley gets the ball and shoots on the left, but controlled on the right-hand side comfortably by Fenoya. So Fenoya goes long towards the halfway mark. Well done Garcia to slide it back, but only as far as Natali. She'll then go defensively. Morrissey looking to set it up again. The goalkeeper tonight, the number 2 goalkeeper, Arai, who produced a couple of clean sheets, had to be shifted across to Bayside as the second import because Bulleen were keen on picking up Margot Rabin, the French import, who's joined them from Bayside. So a virtual swap there as Carmen goes down the left-hand side to Iramano. Iramano under pressure, battling hard with Torre. Thought both players were holding on to each other. Good play by the ref to keep it keep it going. Now, nice ball by Carmen, but it was headed away by Heidelberg, and they put it over the sideline. Good defence right on the penalty area. So they're defending okay, bar that first goal, Heidelberg. The Fenoya sisters combining well with their sister Christina, the goalkeeper. Daniela Galuccio is such an important member of this side too. And she gets a boot to ball in this exchange. Now here's a chance for Heidelberg, but there's no one there for Siri to get a decent pass onto it, and getting in her road as Morrison goes out the right-hand side of Natali. Natali, a searching run now, goes deep and towards the box, but right across the face again and over the byline. So they're certainly having plenty of shots, not so many on target at the moment from Bulleen in the early days of this match, bar the goal, of course, and that was a magnificent effort by Caitlin Friend. Solo effort. She was running out of room on the right-hand side, but she slid it past Christine Fenoya, who passes to the top of the penalty area to assist Elisa, who then goes back now to Galicio, back to Christina Fenoya, and now Sydney Allen looking to try and track it. Does well. Sarah Kane putting pressure on her, heading down the left-hand side, looking for Bridie Siri. It's still alive. Bridie Siri does well. She comes inside the penalty area. This is a good run. Puts it to the top of the box, but well done by Morrison to get a boot on it. Comes back now towards Garcia. Now to Allen. Allen now. She'll shoot long and high, but wide. That was a good piece of play by Heidelberg. Certainly their most constructive piece of play moving forward. It's still 1-0. We're just on halfway of the first half. 23 minutes played. Bulleen through Natali and Kane. Reliable defender, as is Natali, in front of the pavilion. Down the right-hand side. Nowhere near as cold as it was a couple of weeks ago when I was here at Bulleen. You can see the fog through the forest at the northern end. Long high ball from Natali down the right-hand side. But there's no one on the end of it, although certainly Quigley was in pursuit feverishly as she was trying to find a way to maybe get boot on ball, but she couldn't. And it's a goal kick to Christina Fenoya. She's issuing instructions. She said, I'm going to boot it long. I think that's what she said. Doesn't really boot it all that long. And it's turned over by Bulleen inside their attacking half. Friend will shoot again, but didn't get enough on it. Rolled along the ground and was comfortably vacuumed at the back by Christina Fenua. Now this is a higher ball. This will make its way to halfway, just inside the attacking half for Heidelberg. Trapped cleverly by Garcia. Allen lobs it, but Morrissey should take it. As Siri was confronting her, and just on the edge of the penalty area, she takes it. Now to Rabin, back to Morrissey. Morrissey finds Morrison, and Morrissey again. Just sharing it, looking for a way out, just biding some time, Bulleen, holding a 1-0 lead. Down the right-hand side, Natali, again confronted by Siri. Back now to Morrissey. Morrissey, outside the penalty area, keeping it alive, Friend. Natali just keeps it alive, but in the end, they pushed it a bit too wide, Bulleen, and it's a turnover. Heidelberg's way inside their attacking half in front of the pavilion here at David Burrows Stadium, the Veneto Club. Very famous sporting club. It's where the Melbourne Boomers, the old Bulleen Boomers, have played a lot of their home games in the Women's National Basketball League. I'm sure that'll continue this year. As Heidelberg turn it over, and Natali wins it, gets it to Rabin, who always uses the ball well. Now to Friend, who's an exquisite user of the ball inside the attacking half now. Down the right-hand side, it's taken by Dolzan. Dolzan has a couple of opponents putting pressure on her. She pushes it wide. She'll try and get it back inside the penalty area. But very good defence by Heidelberg to remain on goal side, making it tough for Dolzan to get enough curl on that. But they concede a corner, Heidelberg. It will be Bulleen's ball. And Dolzan, the job of taking the corner kicks. They've had a couple already. She'll look to get it deep into the heart of the goal mouth. Kayla Morrison is there, maybe looking to head one in. It's parried away by Fenoya, but waiting down is Quigley. But in the end, she couldn't control her attempted shot, and all she could do was put it wide. And she was just waiting outside the penalty area then, Quigley, who he knows is a very smart player as well. So 1-0, Bulleen's way, nearly 27 minutes play. Little pass to Monica Fenoya from Christina. It goes back to Christina. Monica was under some pressure. Now tucked in is Galicio, finds Torre, and then she goes down the right-hand side, Galicio, but it's chopped off inside the attacking half by Morrison. Now Friend to the top of the 10-yard box. Quigley controls it. Quigley shoots and magnificently scores in the left-hand corner. What a goal by Quigley. She was under pressure, she was shoved, but she still controlled at the top of the area and put it away in the left-hand corner. What a finish that was. Nothing Christina Fenoya could do, and it's Bulleen leading 2-0 as Quigley scores goal number 15 for the season at the 27-minute mark. Magnificent shot by Quigley. Again, they just turned it over on too many occasions inside their defensive half, Heidelberg. And they're under pressure. As I said, they were chasing the game at 1-0, really chasing the game at 2-0, and they turn it over again, looking to switch down the left-hand side for Bridie Siri. And it will be a Bulleen ball. We're looking to stay second on the table and increase their advantage to from Alamein to 4 points. Siri now running out of room. Down the left-hand side, does well to try and keep it alive. Good contest, and eventually the ball is over the line. Bulleen had last touch, so it's going to be a corner for Sydney Allen and Heidelberg. She trained with Alamein early in the season, but Alamein made the decision not to go with her. But the coach says Alamein says she's a very good player and does regret it a bit, but they've got a pretty good team, although in recent weeks they've been leaking goals defensively. 4-4 against South Melbourne last week and yesterday. Calder handled them comfortably. They're all here tonight, the Calder girls, to get a look at Heidelberg, their opponents in the Cup semi-final on Thursday. They've got one more game before they have a bye. They've already played a round 22 match against NTC, so they've played one more game than anyone else. Calder, and they sit pretty on the top of the table. 18 wins, 2 losses, with an incredible 109 to 17 goal difference of 92. 17 against 109 for is quickly pushed and shoved by opponents trying to control the ball from the throw-in from Mulderry. And it will be a Bulleen ball just inside their attacking half down the right-hand side. 29 minutes played, and the home team Bulleen leading 2-0. Alexander Natoli to take it. So Heidelberg 7 points behind South Melbourne. Remembering, though, going into tonight's game, they'd played 3 less games. But they're also 14 goals behind when it came to goal difference. Friend does well to control at the top of the penalty area, and then Kane has a go, a long-range go from outside the penalty area, as it was volleyed defensively cleverly by Friend, but Kane's shot missed by a long way. So another off-target shot for Bulleen. They've had a few of those, plus a couple on target to lead 2-0 at the 30-minute mark. Christina Fenoya with the ball. Goes to the edge of the penalty area. Monica Fenoya under pressure there. Good hustling by Emily Dolzahn. Heads out to the right-hand side. Heidelberg try and get it towards Siri. But again, put over the sideline by Bulleen. Good defensive play. There wasn't much they could do there, Heidelberg. But they eventually try and get it inside their attacking half. But only as far as Morrissey, who cleans up at the back, and she finds Natoli. Natoli down the right-hand side. Nice ball. Great play by Quigley. Kept it alive as she just charged onto that, all in one motion. Mulderry back to Natoli in the defensive half. Friend does likewise and thinks, well, there's nothing on offer ahead of me or behind me, really, because she had her back to what was happening inside the attacking half, so she got it back to Morrissey, and now Morrison, and now Carmen in front of our commentary position. A little through ball is cut off nicely by Ali Torre, doing a good job. She beat Rabin, the opposite number 5, down now to Allen. Kane was holding on to Allen, and the ref eventually decides there's going to be a yellow card against Sarah Kane. Not sure about that, but anyway, she was impeding her. So it will be taken right on halfway almost for Heidelberg by Lisa Fanua, with her team trailing 2-0. But Bulleen getting her numbers right back now, and Lisa Fanua has to think about where she's going to go. Her sister Monica just inside the attacking half. Boots it long and high towards the penalty area. It's headed down by Garcia. She didn't know where that was. Boots everywhere. Rabin does well to clear it. Rebecca Quigley, little pass to Kane. Kane a through ball, but Iramano's got 2 opponents around her. One of them is Monica Fenoya, the teenager, who's tripped over by Iramano unintentionally, but it will be a free kick to go the way of Heidelberg. So it was a 2-on-1 situation there for Iramano. And again, it will be taken by Lisa Fanua. And she'll kick down the line in front of our commentary position. Carmen wasn't there to clear it. Morrison was there for Bulleen. Right on halfway. Great little header by Quigley. Allows Romano to run onto it on the edge of the penalty area. She gets to the top of the box, but Christina Fanua saw it going across the face. She was slightly hesitant where to go, and she was looking for some maroon shirts to be arriving in the danger territory. They didn't quite get there in time as it rolls harmlessly in the end as far as Heidelberg are concerned over the byline. 2-0. Nearly 33 minutes played in this round 20 clash, just the 18th game over Heidelberg. And Christina Fanua on the left. Passes to Sister Lisa at the top of the penalty area. Again, fraught with danger. She had opponents around her. Turns it over on halfway to Carmen of Bulleen. Now to Rabin. Rabin going back now, adding more experience to this team to Morrison. The French import to the American import. Morrison on the left. Through ball again, almost cut off by Lisa Fanua, but she missed it. Friend now to Quigley. Quigley will pass wide. Kane looks to control it now. She'll spread it out wide to Mulderry. Mulderry approaching the edge of the penalty area, but good defence by Lisa Fanua to come across and concede a corner over the byline. Good defence right on the edge of the box by Heidelberg. Under pressure though, as Bulleen attacking relentlessly at the northern end here at the Veneto Stadium. Last match of round 20 and another corner kick to be taken by Bulleen. It's a low kick and it allows Quigley to get all on her own. It was a pass that Quigley saw and didn't quite use it properly. Back to Dolzahn. Quigley again does well to get it on the edge of the 6-yard box. It was a beautiful cross. And she got plenty on it, but Christina Fanua was right there and she takes it and clears. So there was a shot on target that didn't go in for Bulleen then, but they still lead 2-0. Wonderful header by Quigley. Good stop by Christina Fanua. And an excellent cross by Dolzahn. Combining well here, Bulleen. Down the left-hand side, Morrison again. Iramano stays onside, but it might run out of room for her. That long ball, she just keeps it alive to the top of the 6-yard box. Defender slip over for Heidelberg, and again they have to clear quickly through Rebecca Saber. Just threw a boot at it and puts it over the sideline. Carmen, now to Rabin. Quigley a little pass to Rabin. She kicks into bodies, and Fanua concedes for Heidelberg. Lisa Fanua just inside the penalty area. Just those little deft touches that Quigley and Friend are so good at, keeping the ball alive. Just delightful to watch as far as Bulleen are concerned. 35 minutes played in the opening half. Bulleen leading 2-0. Goals to Caitlin Friend and Quigley. 15 goals for the year for Quigley. Friend has 9. Leading goal scorer Camilleri 16, but she's been starting a lot of games on the bench and hasn't scored a goal in the past month. The defensive throw from Carmen finds Morrison, who goes back defensively right on halfway to her defensive partner in crime in Natali. Heads out to the right-hand side, looking for Mulderry. Mulderry tries to get a little boot on it, but it didn't quite have enough on it. And good hustling defence by Heidelberg forces the error over the sideline on the pavilion side. Good contest, though, but Bulleen having the better of it so far, leading 2-0. Headed down from the throw-in from Heidelberg, another turnover, but Heidelberg managed to get a boot in it. Back now to Kane. Kane a little past a Friend, too much on it. Cleared by Lisa Fanua. Gets plenty on it. Siri tries to control it almost at halfway. Good contest by Mulderry. And then Garcia's involved, and it goes over the sideline, just inside the defensive half for Heidelberg. Just can't break the shackles here, Garcia. She's been well guarded by the Bulleen defence. On the pavilion side, Rabin heads it down, but then they lose control of it. Siri, for 2-on-1 against her, goes back now to Natali, down the right-hand side. Good header comes in from Garcia, but only as far as Kane. Kane will be on the switch now to Carmen. Carmen finding space, looks for Iramano. Can she control it? Torre is on a hammer, has to go back now to Morrison. Very clever player at the back. never panics. That's a good pass to Quigley again. Fenoya's with her. She says, get out of the way, Quigley. Great contest. Quigley lost her footing. Fenoya didn't push her, and now she wins it. We've got a good bird's eye of that. Good chip pass to Garcia. Well played, Lisa Fenoya, to work so hard to win that. Gets it back now to Galicio. Galicio goes long for Heidelberg down the right-hand side. Here's a chance for them inside the penalty area for Anastopoulos, but it passes low and straight into the waiting arms in the box of Morrissey, who said thank you very much. And she heads it out to the right-hand side now to Natali. Better move there by Heidelberg as we're in the 38th minute. It's 2-0 in favour of Bulleen. Natali and Rabin combining. Natali again down the right-hand side, long ball. Lisa Fenoya's at the back. Oh, was there handball on that? I think there might have been. Certainly seen by most of the crowd. She was very quick in trying. What she was trying to do there was try and get her hand out of the way, but it followed her. So I definitely think there was some touch, and there's going to be a free kick to go the way of Bulleen. The ref has certainly picked it up. He picked it up a little bit late, but it will be a free kick about 10 metres outside the penalty area. And to be taken by Quigley. We know she's very, very good around goal. A lot of the Heidelberg players in the heart of the penalty area. Or is Rabin going to take it? They're both next door to each other. I thought it was going to be Quigley. It's going to be Quigley. Kicks it low and flat, and it's stopped, right in the heart of the goals by Fenoya, but it was a bit of a difficult one for her, but she did well, Christina Fenoya. Had to react quickly and did as she went on her knees, but it was low and flat, and it cleared the wall that was confronting her there quickly. It was a clever kick, but they turn it over again. Bulleen inside their attacking half. Rabin. Also involved there was Friend and Kane and Mulderry down the right-hand side. Rabin again, Kane. Rabin in the middle of the pitch, in the attacking half. Good pass to Carmen, doing her job again defensively. Carmen under some pressure. Anastopoulos approaches her. Allen as well. Back to Rabin, kicks into bodies. Allen might turn it over, but a ricochets to Kane to the top of the area. Friend misses it, and Lisa Fenoya just throws her boot on it and puts it over the sideline in front of the pavilion. She's doing a good job, Lisa Fenoya. Needs a bit more support as the throw-in finds Kane for Bulleen. And now Mulderry, two opponents around her. One of them, Allen, who gets caught up. Good play by Dolzan, involved as well for Bulleen and over the sideline. Heidelberg's ball in their defensive half. Played nearly 40 minutes. Bulleen leading 2-0. Throw down the right-hand side. Can't control it. Siri. Overwhelmed by opponents. Bulleen win it back. Oh, that's a very clever ball by Quigley and by Friend and by Iramano. Iramano keeps her footing inside the penalty area, running out of room. Three opponents around her. Well done, Torre, to get a boot on it to save the day. Back to Dolzan. Out wide now to Iramano on the right-hand side. She's mainly been playing on the left. She lobs it up to the top of the 6-yard box. Cleared again, though, by Fenoya, and she puts it over the sideline. But they're panicking a bit. That, again, was very good play by Bulleen. They're constructing their passes pretty onside their attacking half. They're being patient. Sarah Kane runs on the ball again, and now she'll look to drive it. The top of the penalty area. Well done, Rebecca Quigley. Lobs it. Headed away, though, by Galicia of Heidelberg. Then Quigley gets another boot on it, but it rolls easily to Christina Fenoya. That was on target, but didn't have enough power in it. As it's cleaned up. Her pass isn't bad for Siri as she tried to head it down towards Garcia. With her, though, is Natali, and Garcia pushes Natali over the sideline. And I think you'll find it will be a Bulleen ball. They're doing a good job staying goal side, the defenders of Bulleen, on Garcia on all occasions. And Garcia decides, I'm not happy with this. She gets a boot in it and puts it the wrong way. Here's an opportunity now down the right-hand side for Iramano. Iramano is brought down in a collision. And Francesca Iramano will take the free kick as a Heidelberg opponent comes off second best for the time being. Pretty tough exchange. I think that might be Rebecca Saber. It was a good contest. In fact, it's going to be Heidelberg's ball against Bulleen. Iramano's the one deemed to have brought about the collision. And it will be a Heidelberg ball. Approaching half-time on the pavilion side. Lobbing ball. Headed away by Sabre, but she couldn't control it. Good through ball now to Friend inside the attacking half to Rabin. Down the right-hand side now, Quigley towards Dolzahn. Dolzahn can't control it. Good defence by Heidelberg. Dolzahn gets another chance, but she is offside, and it's going to be Heidelberg's ball. She just couldn't quite control it. It was a beautiful setup again by Bulleen down that right-hand side, and Dolzahn got in the right position but couldn't control it. Then the defenders got back for Heidelberg and did pretty well. 2-0 in the 43rd minute. Christina Fenoya. Finds Monica Fenoya. Down the left-hand side as far as Heidelberg are concerned. Good ball by Garcia. Siri now in pursuit. After her is Natoli. And Natoli does well to force it over the byline for a corner for Heidelberg. A rare one for them right on the stroke of half-time. Nearly 43 minutes played. Bulleen leading 2-0. Goals to Caitlin Friend inside the first 10 minutes. And in the 27th minute, a terrific goal to Rachel Quigley. And they've had another couple of shots on target as well, and quite a few off target. It's been an easier job for Morrissey, the goalkeeper of Bulleen. To the penalty area, headed away. That corner kick by the Bulleen defenders. But it goes back now to Lisa Fenoya, camp right on halfway. She heads it out to Sydney Allen. Sydney Allen on the left-hand side now to the top of the penalty area. Nearly got down to Sopolis. Now to Garcia, shoots on the left, but she had it run down. Good defence by Morrison to put it over the byline and concede another corner kick for Heidelberg. But that was a promising move. We know Garcia can score. She's had a bit of a quiet time of it in recent weeks, but when she gets in range, as she was inside that penalty area near the 6-yard box, the eyes light up, but good defence by Bulleen to ensure that she couldn't get decent purchase on it. 2-0, almost halfway. Sydney Allen, good ball towards the penalty area, headed away by Anastopoulos. Rolls though, very close towards the sideline. Kept alive by Sabre. Sabre kicks into bodies. The opposite number 6 Friend is the body she kicks into. She gets it inside the area. She beats opponents. But in the end, it's turned over once again by Bulleen. Friend down to Quigley. Quigley, though, loses control of it from Torre. Good contest. Now to the top of the penalty area from Anastopoulos. Opportunity for Siri. She kicks into bodies too in the form of Morrison. Carmen's there. And then a long ballooning ball. Dangerous one, Anastopoulos. The header from Garcia, but the wrong way. A little nod by Garcia to her own advantage, and she clears the penalty area, but only as far as Siri. But she has 2 opponents pressing on her. One of them, Kane, and in the end, Morrison says, I've had enough of this. I'll put it over the sideline, and she does for Bulleen. So we're about to get into extra time in the first half. Bulleen leading 2-0. Little ball out to Sabre from Torre, and it's over the sideline. Will be Heidelberg's ball, and Cassie Carmen coming into this team in recent weeks doing a good job in defence. Little pass to Quigley. Controls it to Friend. Kicks into bodies. Fenoya's there. This is Monica Fenoya, the 17-year-old teenager. Good little fancy footwork to Anastopoulos. Now to Allen. Down the right-hand side. Anastopoulos was out as she took control of that ball. In front of our commentary position in the grandstand here at the Veneto Stadium. Throw in towards Dolzahn. She lost control of it. Stripped of it by Siri down the right-hand side. Goal side is Carmen, who tried to challenge her, but she kept it alive. Got it now in the direction of Heidelberg, who threw Torre. A long ball, ballooning it, and then it was parried away by Morrissey. And then they had another go at it through Allen, well outside the penalty area. On half-time as her shot sails waywardly over the byline. So it's a 2-0 lead to Bulleen at half-time. In a good half of football, the goals scored in the 7th minute by Caitlin Friend. A lovely run down the right-hand side, found herself inside the penalty area, and she was able to slide it past a lunging Christina Fenoya, and then a terrific goal after they had a few other opportunities but were off target. Bulleen through another one of their key goal scorers in Rachel Quigley to give their team a 2-0 lead, and they've certainly been the better side so far, with Heidelberg having not played a lot of football in recent weeks due to the fact that they've had a rain-sodden pitch at Heidelberg and 2 matches have been called off. But they're putting up a good fight here, but Bulleen just a little bit more accomplished at the moment, leading 2-0 at half-time. We'll take a break and be back with the second half Football Victoria's coverage on the live stream of round 20 of the Women's Premier League from the Veneto Club at Bulleen. The home team Bulleen, FC Bulleen Lions 2, Heidelberg Warriors 0.
Are you ready?
Welcome back to the Veneto Club. And the second half about to start, and it's been a good first half by Bulleen. They lead 2-0, very efficient, and probably should be further in front. Goals to Caitlin Friend inside the first 10 minutes, and then also beautiful goal in the 27th minute by Quigley. So Heidelberg, they haven't played a lot of football in recent times due to a sodden pitch at West Heidelberg. It was a wet June, but it's been a very unseasonally mild July so far, bar yesterday when the rain came in the second half of the match I was broadcasting between Calder and Alamein. And I was on the roof, but it had been very pleasant up until then. But quite a pleasant day today as Heidelberg have possession down the right-hand side, but turned over straight away by Iramano, who's on the left, and it's over the sideline. Back into play straight away for Heidelberg. Long ball by Lisa Fanua. Headed away, though, by Natali at the bootlaces of Rabin. Another one who controls the ball well. Mulderry, but intercepted. This is an opportunity now for Heidelberg down the left-hand side, but not able to get enough on it. Putting it a bit wide is Daniela Galicio. And they're now attacking to the northern end. And Morrissey we'll bring it back in for Bulleen. Didn't have a lot of work to do, Teresa Morrissey, in that first half. Bulleen, a lot of shots off target, a couple on target, which were goals, and a couple of others that Christina Fanua had to stop and did stop. Morrison, left-hand side, long ball, but volleyed away by Lisa Fanua, who's defended well, trapped expertly on the halfway mark by Allen. Got it to Galicio, and now to Siri. Siri now looks for a through ball. This is pretty good, but Anastopoulos can't get there before Morrissey does. They're a metre away from each other. Morrissey cleans it up and throws it out to Carmen. And Cassie Carmen down the left-hand side has it intercepted and put over the sideline. Good defence by Ali Torre of Heidelberg. Back into play. Controlled now by Quigley. So good. Always looks for an outlet. Kane in the middle of the park. Sydney Allen with her. Kane's pass okay, but quickly couldn't quite control that. And Monica Fenoy manages to turn it over for Heidelberg. Get it to Allen. And now a long ball down the right-hand side, but nothing on the end of it for Heidelberg. Just kicking in hope. And Morrissey to clean it up in the 47th minute with her team leading 2-0 for Bulleen. Out wide now to Morrison. And now to Kane and to Carmen, the two redheads. Quigley on halfway. Runs onto it, has to control it. Monica Fenoya keeping her honest. Close to the sideline, forces the turnover. Well played. Here's a chance, Anastopoulos to Allen. Allen charging through the middle, near the area, but her pass is chopped off again. Brilliantly read, brilliantly intercepted by Morrison. She's charging through the middle. We've seen this before. Nice ball now, out to the right-hand side, and to Dolzan. Dolzan to the top of the 10-yard box. Trapped by Iramano. Iramano nearly loses her footing. Lisa Fenoya was with her. Has to go wide now. To the right-hand side. To Dolzan. Dolzan down now to Morrison. Morrison has it turned over. Good defence by Heidelberg. Lisa Fenoya again, the nudge on Morrison. Natoli comes across on halfway. Has a good tussle with Garcia. Just stays in and then controls it. Nearly loses it. Good worrying tactics trying to be applied by Siri, but in the end it's magnificently controlled by Natoli, and she finds Friend. Can Friend keep it alive inside the area? I think she does. I thought it was out. It goes back now to Dolzan, the top of the 10-yard box, cleared by Lisa Fenoya, and now Ali Torre can try and keep it going. In fact, it's Siri who receives from Allen. Back to Siri. She cuts it inside and now finds Allen again, and unfortunately for Garcia, she's slightly offside as she was trying to approach on the left-hand side to set something up for Heidelberg, playing with a lot of urgency early stage of second half. 49th minute, it's 2-0. And Natali having a good battle with Garcia, who's only scored once in the past 6 matches, but is still second in the goal scoring in the league with 22. Headed down, and Lisa Fenoya nods it cleverly to her team's advantage, cutting it off in the defensive half. Allen to Monica Fenoya, sliding out wide to the right-hand side to Ali Torre. Ali Torre in the attacking half, but again a pass that is wasteful and will be mopped up at the back by the goalkeeper, Morrissey, for Bulleen. And she passes to the top of the penalty area to Natali. Natali has Kane arriving for her. Still inside the defensive half at centre back. Now back towards Carmen. Carmen goes defensively to Morrison. They're all in sync at the moment, the Bulleen defenders. She heads down that left-hand side. Quickly slips over. Taken away from her by Lisa Fenoya. Then she tried to get it to Sydney Allen. Sydney Allen lost it, regained it, lost it again. Carmen comes the other way, makes a great contest. But they win it back again inside their attacking half through Monica Fenoya. She lobs it, but Morrison is so good. She can read everything, and again she defends stoutly. But one again by Torre. Torre back in the direction of Heidelberg, and Sabre was put down, and there'll be a free kick to go the way of Bulleen inside their attacking half, and having a good few minutes here. Certainly winning a lot more possession than they did in the first half. It was played predominantly in Bulleen's attacking half, and they would have had more than 60% of possession. And Allen with the free kick, lobbing it up towards the box. A couple of headers. One of them came from Sabre. Couldn't control it. Another one came from Siri, which is well off target. And it'll be mopped up at the back as she throws it outside the penalty area. Morrissey to Morrison and now to Kane. But that was a well-taken free kick by Allen. Took the pace of it and put Bulleen under some pressure. Now Natali down the right-hand side. Staying on side here is Mulderry. Mulderry will look to hook it towards the top of the 10-yard box. In comes Rabin, and she virtually thrusts her foot in the direction of Christina Fenoya, who did well to dive on that ball right in the goal mouth. I wonder if she caught one. She looks to be okay. She's limping a little bit, but that was very, very interesting as Rabin was having a go at trying to slow that past Fenoya, but Fenoya was in the road and did well to stop it, despite copping one in the body as well. But no harm done. Turnover, though, by Bulleen at halfway from the kick in from Fenoya. Down the left-hand side, good play by Carmen again. Quigley with those deft little passes, little back heels, trying to keep the ball rolling along, and Heidelberg force it over the sideline in front of the social club rooms at the David Barlow Stadium here at Bulleen. With the Bulleen, or FC Bulleen Lions leading 2-0, cleared out of defence by Fenoya. Both Fenoya girls have been great with their sister Christina tonight. Lisa and Monica. Now's a chance for Quigley. Lost it. Controlled it again. Got it to Kane. Couldn't get enough on it. Good play by Sabre to get a little boot on it. Siri couldn't control it. 2-1 against her. And the numbers eventually rule for Bulleen. Kane to Morrison driving through the middle, kicks into bodies. A turnover to Allen now. Allen, though, has Kane getting in her path and stops her brilliantly. Well played, Sarah Kane at Bulleen. Goes out to the left-hand side. Iramano couldn't control it. And eventually at the back, it's put over the sideline by Monica Fenua as they have to try and set up again inside the attacking half for Bulleen. Down that left-hand side, the throw comes from Carmen. Iramano, not enough on that. And Christina Fenua in anger puts it over the byline, and it will be a Bulleen corner, the first corner of the second half, to be taken by the corner taker tonight in Emily Dalzahn, a goal scorer earlier in the season, but they've got a number of other options, and adding Margot Rabin to their roster, and she scored in her first game for Bulleen last week, coming from Bayside after scoring 16 for a team that had only won 4 games. Indicates what a handy addition she is. Good ball towards the heart of the penalty area. Headed down by Natali. Couldn't quite control it, though. And eventually Heidelberg have a chance to clear it at the back. Siri does well, lost it. Controlled it now to Robers. Robers, though, could only get it as far as Iramano at halfway. Inside the attacking half and penalty area for Bulleen. Trying to knot it down was Friend, but cleared at the back by Ali Torres. But again, only as far as Iramano. Again, cut off. Good defence by Heidelberg. They're getting their numbers back. Camped on the edge of the penalty area and doing pretty well here. But Iramano wins it again. They're winning possession at will here. Down the left-hand side, Bulleen. Inside their attacking half. Good ball by Dalzahn, but stopped on the left-hand side by the goalkeeper Fenoya. Had good elevation. She tried to curl it in. High ball by Fenoya. Headed down, but the wrong way by Mulderry. Controlled by Garcia. With her is Natali, who puts it over the sideline in front of the grandstand where the Calder girls are watching. Their opponents will be Heidelberg in the Nike Cup semi later in the week. before they play South Melbourne next Sunday and then have a break. They've already played a round 22 match earlier in the season when they beat NTC. And the ball was inside the attacking half penalty area for Heidelberg from that throw, but they couldn't get any decent connection on that or forced an error defensively for Bulleen, so it will be a goal kick for the Bulleen team through Morrissey. She passes to Natali. Back to Morrissey, who's been very composed tonight. Another redhead. 3 of them in this team for Bulleen, along with Sarah Kane and Cassie Carmen. Now Natali down the right-hand side. Coming across is Sabre, but she didn't do enough to clear that one. Here's Mulderry, 2 to beat. She's been kept honest by Siri. She's running out of room. She needs teammates to come with her, and in the end it's put over the byline. She played it pretty well. She had control of the ball. She was hoping that Siri or Sabre sagged back a bit. Siri, in the end, was the one that pushed the ball over the byline, forcing another corner kick in dangerous territory for Heidelberg to be taken by Bulleen. 2-0 the lead in the 56th minute. And Dalzahn for the Lions. Good deep corner kick. Headed down and in! Magnificent play. The 3rd goal on the board for Bulleen, and that is to Alexandra Natali, who was on the left-hand side, and she came in, she charged at it. Nothing Christina Fanua could do. And the 3rd goal on the board for Bulleen. What a beautiful corner kick that was. Not sure it was as deep as it ended up being. It was sort of in between where the 6-yard box and the penalty area meet, and Natali was there loitering with intent in the left-hand side, and she's got magnificent purchase on it, knotted at home, and the 3rd goal on the board for Bulleen. They lead 3-0. And the job is certainly ahead of Heidelberg now. Garcia can't string any passes together. Down the left-hand side again. Turnover, though, from Bulleen by Fenoya, but she puts it over the sideline. And it will be Bulleen's ball again. So 3-0. And it also means the goal difference doesn't help. And they're likely to stay 7 points behind South Melbourne. And they're still 2 games behind them. So they've got some work to do. To try and catch up with the rest of the field. Heidelberg, after being in a good position, when I say the rest of the field, the teams that are in the finals, after being in a good position a few weeks ago, but the wheels have fallen off when Calder and Alamein really took them to the sword. Alamein beat them in round 14, 6-1, and Calder beat them 5-0. Sydney Allen running out of room down the far side, but it will be Heidelberg's ball. The pass comes to Sabre. Sabre has it now. And elects to switch, but has too much on it. And it's over the sideline. And it will be Bulleen's ball. Well, they're missing Steph Galea, who scored 9 goals this year. She's not available tonight. Holly Balderston is taking time off playing football. She had been at Calder for a few years to concentrate on her university studies. Good ball by Natali. Rolls, though, to Heidelberg at halfway. They'll keep it alive through Sabre. Down the left-hand side, Galicio. Siri, back to Sabre. Caitlin Friend with her. Good pass to a running Torre. Torre on the right-hand side arrives now, meets it. Goes for a little pass, but again, had too much on it. And Carmen is there in the road and manages to alleviate any pressure there might have been on Bulleen over the sideline. And Heidelberg set up again with a throw inside their attacking half. Robers gets a little boot on that. Close to the sideline, the ball towards the top of the 10-yard box. Here's the chance. A good attempt trying to control it. Anastopoulos thought she might have almost had some handball there too, but in the end, in her ability to try and control it, it just slides wide as the goalkeeper Morrissey was scrambling, and a shot off target for one of their best opportunities tonight. As there might be a turnover here inside the defensive half against the passing of Bulleen from Natali. Here's Allen at the top of the penalty area, but Morrison comes in and just does well to drive it out of there, but only as far as Lisa Flanoia, setting up a wall at halfway. Gets it to Allen. Allen working her way through. She'll shoot, but well stopped right on the goal mouth by Morrissey, who knocked it down to her own advantage, will calm down and start the situation again. That shot was on target by Sydney Allen. That was certainly better. We've seen a lot of long-range goals. I have anyway over the last 7 or 8 weeks, virtually won a match. Saw a ripper yesterday from Angie Beard of Calder. A great one by Kayla Morrison for Bulleen a couple of weeks ago. And a super goal by Lucy Johnson last week in that high-scoring 4-4 draw against South Melbourne. And there was nearly a long one there by Sydney Allen. G. Heidelberg needed it, down 3-0 in the 60th minute. So the ball is over the sideline. On the pavilion side, Cassie Carman will take it. We haven't seen any subs as yet. I'm sure there'll be some soon. And Heidelberg have got a lot of football to play in the next couple of weeks, including a match on Thursday against Calder in the Night Cup competition in the semis. They've got to get those catch-up games as well, the two that were washed out when their stadium was deemed not suitable due to all the rain in late June. Morrison goes down the left-hand side again. Coming at it is Dolzahn. Christina Fanu, they had it under control. Throws it out now to Galicchio. Galicchio to Siri, almost in halfway in front of our commentary position. Siri looking for options. Mulderry keeping her honest, putting pressure on her, and it spills to the back again, and Morrissey is there, not having much to do, and she'll clear it again, and they'll get going once more. Through Natali, a pass to Rabin, pass back to Morrison, who has those socks rolled up, virtually up to her shorts. On the left, Kayla Morrison. Good ball now, controlled by Dolzahn. On the right-hand side, her opponent is Galicchio. Galicchio forces her out. Good lobbing ball to the 10-yard box, and a magnificent header again. Oh, Quigley, you're a star. Brilliant ball, cross ball, and Quigley did not break stride in putting the header away past Christina Fenoya, who could do nothing. And it's 4-0 Bulleen. A brace tonight to Rachel Quigley. What a header that was. What a brilliant cross, and their crossing tonight has been exquisite, exemplary from Bulleen, and that was another prime example of that. What a goal by Quigley. So another big thrashing coming up here for Heidelberg against the top 3 teams, indicating they're off the pace a bit as the ball comes inside their attacking half. Did Mulderry get a little touch on that? Little nod? I think she did. But it's getting tough for Heidelberg, down 4-0, and this will affect their goal difference in their endeavours to make the top 4. South Melbourne having that spot at the moment, 7 points clear. But as we said, they've played 2 more games than Heidelberg. Have to make those up in the next few weeks. So there will be a corner kick here for Heidelberg, a rare one tonight. Sydney Allen has continued to lead from the front. Again, they've managed to close down Garcia, who was so prolific early in the season. Mind you, 9 of her 22 goals did come in matches against Southern, as Allen to the heart of the penalty area. Couldn't control it. Good attempt to try and control it, Anastopoulos. But good defence again by Morrison. Does well to bring it down to Rabin. Rabin opposed to Robert. Goes inside to Quigley. Quigley, the ball was intended for Dolzahn, but meeting it is Monica Fanua. Does well to weave away inside the attacking half now to beat would-be tacklers. Little ball in the direction of Sydney Allen. Sydney Allen's been very good again tonight. On the switch down the right-hand side, she finds Sabre. Sabre goes out wide. And then Garcia towards the top of the 10-yard box. Anastopoulos can't control it. And it'll head over the byline. Is it kept alive? No, I don't think it was by Bulleen. It'll be another corner kick for South Melbourne. Sydney Allen will take it again, this time on the right-hand side at the northern end, with the team trailing 4-0. A brace to Rebecca Quigley. Lovely header from a corner to Alexandra Natali. I should say Rachel Quigley. So Sydney Allen to take it. So Rachel Quigley with a brace, and this is a good deep ball, which is well stopped in the heart of the goals by Morrissey. Has done a good job as the goalkeeper tonight. Throws it out now to Quigley, who flicks it back with that lovely back heel style towards Carmen. And then Friend shoves it on again, but has it turned over inside the defensive half. Quigley there to help out. Back to Morrissey. Morrissey now under some pressure, but manages to alleviate that and finds Morrison in the defensive half and penalty area, but they get it at halfway. Good play by Dolzahn. Down to Rabin. Rabin on the right-hand side. Now she gets it towards the 10-yard box. Missed by Iramano. They're headed by Quigley. Didn't have enough on it. Cleared by Heidelberg, but only as far as Friend. Friend has got support at the back. Carmen on halfway. Carmen now stops and then gives it to Friend, back to Carmen. She's got to get some think time now to find Sarah Kane at halfway. Sarah Kane a through ball, but chopped off by Lisa Fenoya, who's battled manfully in defence tonight. Finds Monica Fenoya. And now they build again through Allen. Allen on the left. A through ball. Natoli is there with Anastopoulos. But good play by Morrison to foot it away from Anastopoulos, who was charging at her. And G, who's the first of the subs, a left foot kick is again cleared by the Bulleen defence. Friend arrives. Finds Carmen. Carmen goes very close to the sideline. Iramano has it pinched by Torre, who's pushed forward. And then the ball's kicked into her by Carmen, who was right in front of her near the penalty area. She's been good tonight, like a roadblock, Cassie Carmen for Bulleen. And then it spills to the back. They almost lose control of it, Heidelberg. Dolzahn's got 2 to beat. G is one of them. Galicio's the other. And in the end, Galicio elects to calm it down and push it back to Christina Fenoya, the goalkeeper. Now she finds Isabella G. Isabella G down the left-hand side. Good ball to Siri. Siri back now to Galicio. Port member of this side has scored a goal. And now she switches, but it'll be intercepted. Away to it was Iramano. Tried to get it to Friend. Eventually found Iramano, but she lost it once more. Good play, Robers. Gets it down the right-hand side. And Ali Torre has it kicked into bodies and over the sideline. As Caitlin Friend will come off, the skipper. And coming on is Tessa Cernio, who's generally been skipper. Had a few words in a heated fashion at each other a couple of weeks ago when they played NTC, Cernio and Friend. But the first substitute for Bulleen in the 66th minute with Tessa Cernio coming on. We're on halfway. Bulleen leading 4-0. Allen does well to try and bring it inside the attacking half. One supporting Garcia, lobs it, but in the road is Morrison. Goes down that left-hand side. Kept alive by Carmen. Carmen, a through ball's okay to Quigley. Quigley's pass, though, again has too much interest on it. Stopped at the back by Robers of Heidelberg. And now won by Quigley again. Good switch. Rabin is the target, but away to a G, who intercepted it. But eventually Dolzahn gets it back to Rabin. But in the road again at the back is Galicio. And now Siri helping her defenders out. And it's cleared by Heidelberg to halfway. And Anastopoulos, a little pass to Allen. Allen pushing and shoving. Trying to get a boot in it was Natoli. And eventually over the sideline, just inside the attacking half for Heidelberg. And Muldeary will bring it back into play for Bulleen. So another substitute. For Heidelberg. The second one of the night. Cernio gets her first touch from the throw from Muldeary. Back now to Natoli. Switching to Morrison on the left-hand side. Koutsis has come on as the sub. Now down to Carmen, who kept running. He's done a lot of two-way running tonight. Cassie Carmen. But good play by Fenua to put that big body on the line. That's Lisa Fenua. Goes back inside the penalty area. Under some pressure, Galicio runs her opponents off. But then her pass is intercepted by Kayla Morrison, who kicked a long goal a couple of weeks ago. That was ambitious. Where have I heard that before? From just over halfway. And Kayla Morrison balloons that well over the crossbar. The idea was there, though. 4-0 in the 69th minute, Bulleen's way. So Kelsey Zafaridis has come on. Important member of the Bulleen side as well as the coach giving everyone a go and just moving players around. Iramano off and the second substitution for Bulleen with Zafaridis coming on. So Natali will have the ball at halfway. Lovely goal before by Alexandra Natoli. She gives me a smile as well. Thanks, Alexandra. And back into play by Mulderry. Kicking into bodies, G. Koutsis, a little header. Arriving hard is Garcia. Couldn't control it. Missed by Cernio. Taken by Allen at halfway. Can they set something up here? Heidelberg. Ball down the left-hand side. Siri is racing after it. Mulderry there to meet her. Gets it towards the goalkeeper, but she had the left side covered and takes it cleanly again. Morrissey. Wasn't a bad effort by Siri, but she was running very quickly. She couldn't balance and curl it enough to put a bit of pressure on Morrissey. But that shot was on target. One of the few ones on target for Heidelberg tonight. They trail 4-0. Mulderry has it chopped off by G, who's added vim and vitality since coming on. Then controlled at halfway by Anastopoulos inside the attacking half. But Natoli does well to bring it down the right-hand side. But unfortunately for Bulleen, she couldn't quite control it. Dolzan. And it will be Isabella G, one of the subs, to take it for Heidelberg. Down 4-0 in the 70th minute. There's Natoli at the back again, who I think will give it back to the goalkeeper, Morrissey, and she will. Morrissey's been excellent tonight. A good ball finds Cassie Carmen, virtually camped on the sideline. Inboard ball to Sarah Kane. Sarah Kane, good ball to Quigley. Quigley goes back defensively to Morrison. Got it all working beautifully tonight for Bulleen. This is Sarah Kane trying to close it down. Sydney Allen. Bulleen in possession. They've really dominated possession tonight through Morrison and Morrissey, the goalkeeper, who just thinking where she might go here. She'll slide it wide to Alexandra Natoli, a goal scorer earlier tonight. And then nice little pass to Cernio. Natoli again towards the centre-back position, and Sarah Kane, very solid player, very industrious, but she turns it over at halfway. Good play, Torre, but she couldn't get enough on it. Trying to control it, Carmen. Carmen has it taken off her by Garcia. Garcia, a little inboard pass, is okay towards Allen. Down the right-hand side again. Racing hard is Anastopoulos. Can she keep it alive? No, she can't. In fact, it's Ellie Torre does well to get it back towards Allen. Allen's under pressure. She's been kept honest. Koutsis is there getting it inside the attacking half. Two opponents around her. A bit of holding, and she did well to hold the ground then to ensure that the Bulleen players couldn't turn it over once more, which has been one of their strengths tonight inside the attacking half for Heidelberg, and the score remains at 4-0 in the 72nd minute. So a free kick for Bulleen in a relatively dangerous location. Players get back inside the penalty area and the 6-yard box. Sydney Allen, long ball towards the 6-yard box. It's knocked away by Morrissey, and then good defence by Bulleen to eventually get it out of the danger zone. Natoli does well to dribble it down at the right-hand side. Good play by Siri to put pressure on her. Lovely pass to Rabin. Rabin running out of room. Can she keep it alive? She couldn't quite keep it alive. She kicks into the side net anyway. But they counter-attack superbly then, Bulleen, as Morrissey had a bit of work to do on that occasion to parry it away from a lovely free kick again by Sydney Allen, well weighted, and luckily the defenders were there to scramble it out of defence for Bulleen in the 73rd minute. Christina Fenoya passing wide now. Galicio, G, and G back to Galicio, and now to Siri. G again. Working hard, but turns it over. Sarah Kane, blatant turnover in the attacking half of Bulleen. Back to Morrison at halfway. She rolls down the middle. She loves the long goals, but Lisa Fenoya's in the road and says, I'll take it, thanks, Kayla. Good play down the right-hand side. Now they can set something up through the dangerous Garcia on the right-hand side. Making her way to the penalty area is Bridie Siri. It'll get to her now. She traps it. Two opponents around her. Gets it back now to Allen, who shoots, but balloons it over the crossbar. No score, 4-0 in favour of Bulleen. 4-0 for Bulleen in the 74th minute. So that was the first legitimate save that Morrissey's had tonight in that chaotic box there from that lovely free kick played by Sydney Allen. But again, the defence just all together working hard. Knew exactly what they were doing, Bulleen. That's why they lead 4-0. Ball to halfway, headed down by Quigley, but defensively goes again to knot it in the right way and the right direction for Carmen. She almost had a turnover by Koutsis and by Rovers. Then Quigley does well. Down the left-hand side, Ali Torre is quick. In the end, she decides she wants to pass it back to Christina Fenoya. Almost had it pinched, but she does well. She didn't lose her call, Christina Fenoya. She just made sure that she controlled it in the penalty area with a couple of opponents hanging around dangerously, and she cleared it and put it over the sideline. Well done. Could have been 5-0 because she had committed, and if I got it past, it was an easy goal for Bulleen. But luck goes Heidelberg's way on that occasion, and a bit of good management too by Christina Fenoya. Heidelberg try and keep it alive. They get it inside the attacking half with a little back heel by Anastopoulos, but it's stopped again by the Bulleen defence, led by Kane and Morrison, and now Natali. Natali lobs it long down the right-hand side. In pursuit is Mulderry. Can she keep it alive? She can, to the top of the box, but it was pretty narrow. It was very close to the right-hand side, and it's over for a goal kick at the scoreboard end of the Veneto Stadium, or the Veneto Club, David Barlow Stadium at Bulleen. In the 76th minute, Bulleen heading for a good win here. They're third in a row, and maybe another clean sheet. It would be their 10th clean sheet of the season. They've conceded the least number of goals, 14 in the competition. And that's saying something when you look at what Calder's done. But Calder have scored 109 and conceded 17, which has been an amazing performance, averaging a 5-0 margin in every match they've played this year, Calder. I know their president Eric's here tonight. Doesn't want me talking them up, but they're going to be very hard to beat as Monica Fenoya turns it over halfway for Heidelberg. Slides it with Allen. Back to Monica Fenoya, who shoots, but it's knocked down well in the heart of the goals by Morrissey. She was running out of gas then, and Teresa Morrissey does very well indeed to tidy that up. Again, a shot on target, but not enough on it from Fenoya. Lisa Fenoya, I should say, not Monica, who's been subbed off. One of the youngsters in this Heidelberg team. Now they have possession through Rabin, who's been a handy addition in their first two games so far for Bulleen. Now Natali, now Kane, calling for it, Mulderry down the right-hand side. Those little legs pumping, too long for her. Out of play in the 77th minute. So good effort this by Bulleen. They were chasing the game against Kilda a few weeks ago, and they gave away a poor penalty just before half-time when they were getting themselves back into it. It's certainly a top three team as Quigley wins it, particularly when she's got it. She looks to shoot, but she shoots into bodies and it ricochets back to Christina Fenoya. She was just outside the penalty area, and Christina Fenoya lets fly with a long ball, which can't be controlled by Anastopoulos. It's turned over Kane, receiving from Natali. Down the left-hand side, she finds Cassie Carmen, very solid, very reliable. Good ball. She'll get it back again, just inside the attacking half. Goes back defensively to Morrison. Morrison and Natali. The two solid defenders, left and right backs, just doing a great job for this Bulleen team tonight. And then Morrissey has been pretty good, but that pass was a little bit flighty, but controlled by Alexandra Natali, made it better than it was. And now Morrissey will drive it long. Camped virtually on the sideline. On the outer side is Casey Carmen. Back to Morrissey, who shares it. And then she lobs it towards halfway through the legs of Rabin. And then taken by Lisa Fenoya, probably the team's best player tonight. Koutsis tries to control the three opponents around her. Eventually stripped of it for Heidelberg by Bulleen. And won by Cernio from Kane. Now down the left-hand side. Looking to try and set something up now, Bulleen. A through ball to Rabin. What can Rabin do? And she wasn't able to control that one. Cleared by Christina Fenoya. Little header by Sydney Allen. But Morrison cleans it at halfway. Does well to try and get it down to Quigley. Quigley, brilliant. Too good for Rovers. Through ball again. Trying to get on the right side, but not able to for Bulleen. And it goes over the sideline. It's Kayla Zafaridis, one of the subs who came on, as another sub is about to be injected for Heidelberg, the third one tonight. Looks like Sydney Allen might be coming off. In fact, is it going to be... yeah, it is. No, it's going to be Anastopoulos coming off for Heidelberg. And Quigley coming off for Bulleen. And Camilleri coming on, the two main strikers. So they had the wrong numbers up. They had the Bulleen numbers up. That's why I thought it might have been Allen. It won't be Allen. So Catherine Yannidis is the player coming on for Heidelberg, number 16, replacing Anastopoulos, playing his second game. Also another player coming from Bayside. They've lost a number of players over the last few weeks in the latter part of this season. Koutsis receives, back to Torre, and now Christina Fenoya goes long, and then it's headed down by Garcia, but she couldn't quite control that nod, and it is over the sideline in front of the pavilion. Will be taken by Bulleen, side their attacking half. Nice throw down the left-hand side, and controlled cleverly by Bulleen, but they can't get enough boot to ball. Goes back now to Carmen, to Kane, through ball to the top of the area. Rabin, Cernio, she couldn't control it, unfortunately. Galicio, back to Kane, clever little pass. Dolzan, all getting touches, and then G goes right across the face, still inside the penalty area. Here's Rabin, can't get it past Fanua, who's magnificent the way she stops it in the 6-yard box. Beautiful header at her feet, and Rabin was looking to score her second goal in Bulleen colours, but a wonderful save on the left-hand side by Christina Fanua. She's done a great job. It could be a lot worse than 4-0 as far as Heidelberg's concerned. Down the right-hand side goes Allen, but unfortunately not able to get there in time, Heidelberg, and stopped in the penalty area by the goalkeeper of Bulleen, Morrissey. Now, Carmen again, down the left-hand side, looking to try and get possession. Camilleri has just come on for Bulleen. Their leading goal scorer, if you don't include Rabin, who has scored 16 of her 17 goals at Bayside. And then down the left-hand side, as Camilleri tried to get there, and eventually Heidelberg decided to play the defensive game and concede over the sideline. Will be Bulleen's ball, and the player getting the job to throw it in down that left-hand side in front of the pavilion. The David Bardo Stadium is Cassie Carmen towards Camilleri. Stripped of it by Koutsis, does well. Koutsis, though, she loses her footing, but I think there was a challenge, an illegal challenge on this occasion. The ref right there against Melanie Camilleri, and it'll go the way of Heidelberg. And Lisa Fanua will take it at the back. Played an enormous game tonight. Her sister's been pretty good as well. But Bulleen have found a way to score on 4 occasions. Just been a bit too solid, a bit too classy. And eventually over the sideline again as Cassie Carmen was unable to trap that as cleanly as she would have liked. And it's Heidelberg's ball inside their attacking half. We're in the 82nd minute. Bulleen leading 4-0. And chance for Garcia. She runs out of room. It's over the sideline. Which way? Heidelberg's way. Against Bulleen. A throw towards the edge of the penalty area. And put over the sideline again by Bulleen. Their defence pretty good tonight. Heidelberg another chance. They'd love to score. Would be the 4th time this year that they've been goalless. Sydney Allen, the edge of the penalty area. Here's Garcia now. Tries to get a little pass out to Torres. It goes across the face. Running out of room was Ioannidis. And eventually that was good play by Morrissey to be right with her to ensure that she wasn't able to get anything on that. And that was very good goalkeeping by Morrissey, as she controlled the left-hand side after initially being on the right-hand side as Heidelberg were trying to find a way through the maze, through all those defenders in the penalty area. Morrissey slides it wide to Natoli. Natoli, a little ball now to Muldery. Muldery, though, kicks into the foot of G, and they win the ball again, Bulleen, in their defensive half. Little pass now to Rabin. Rabin clever on the ball, as we mentioned. Back now to Natoli. Such a good player that does a job every week. Scored a terrific header from a corner kick earlier tonight in her team's 4-0 lead. Turned over at halfway, though, by Heidelberg. Through Fenoya. Got it to Allen. Back to Lisa Fenoya. Nice through ball to Garcia. Back to Allen. The two Americans combining. Allen balloons long, but comfortably taken again. And she's had a lot of those easy saves tonight by Morrissey of Bulleen. The lead remained at 4. The score remains at 4-0 in the 84th minute. I'll know what I'm talking about one day. Here's Lisa Fanua at halfway. Little pass to Robers. Back to Lisa Fanua. Now she goes back again. Looking to build Galicio down the right-hand side. Trapped for a moment by Siri. And now back in the direction of Galicio. Galicio just inside the attacking half now. Can't find a way through Morrison, who foots it down to her own advantage and passes it. Coots attacks it hard, does well to beat Rabin, and then slides it out wide on the left-hand side to Ioannidis. Ioannidis under pressure. Good harassment, good pressure by Muldeary, and Muldeary wins the day, but then runs out of room. But that was great defensive play by Leah Muldeary, who's done a good job in defence again tonight for Bulleen. There's going to be another late sub for Heidelberg, their fourth one tonight. And Galicio is coming off, and coming on will be Eva Jordans. So that's their fourth sub. And we're in the 85th minute, and it's a good lead for Bulleen. A brace to Rachel Quigley. And goals to Caitlin Friend very early on. And a lovely header early in the second half from a penalty kick to this girl, Natali, who's got it. Got it down to Rabin, turned over though by G, has been good since coming on. Finds Lisa Fenoya, but gives it up straight away, but she couldn't quite control it, Carmen, but got it back from Siri immediately. Then Robers tried to win it off Bulleen, but she was unable to down the left-hand side, and they're in possession. And now looking to try and do something with it is Kayla Zafaridis, one of the subs, and she couldn't control it either. And it goes over the sideline. It's Heidelberg's ball inside their defensive half. Down 4-0. Going to be a big thrashing for them. They haven't played much football in recent times. They certainly need the run. They've got the Night Cup on Thursday night, the semi-final, and lots of football and 2 matches to catch up in this competition as they try and find a way to get a finals berth, although it's looking a long way off at the moment. So Zafaridis at halfway for Bulleen. Down to Morrison. Long ball. Good header. Down by Torre, who's been okay at the back as well. Spills backwards towards Lisa Fenoya. And it will be a Heidelberg ball. And they'll take it inside their defensive half. They've been good tonight, Bulleen. Third match in a row where they won't concede a goal. And the ball's just inside the attacking half and in the penalty area. Again, Bulleen managed to turn it over. It's lot scores a 0-all, or they're down 1-0. They're so miserly, that defence, scrapping hard to stop their opponents from scoring at all. And it's over the sideline. Again, excellent defence by Bulleen. It will be a Bulleen ball, and Cassie Carmen, another unsung hero in defence, doing a mighty job. As Zafaridis will take it just inside the attacking half, near the change room entrance at the Veneto Club. It's been a tough second half of the year for Heidelberg. The last time these two sides met, they were going really well. It was a really physical, hard, intense contest. It was a 0-all draw. The only draw the two teams have had this year. But since then, Heidelberg have really struggled to play as well as they'd like. Long ball from Morrison, and really a bit wasteful, and certainly not on target all the way. So it will be cleaned up at the back by the goalkeeper. She had a tough night, Christina Fenoya. She's made a couple of good saves, a good one a couple of minutes ago. But she's also conceded 4 goals. Many of them probably were not capable of being saved by anyone. As Sydney Allen, as they were just magnificent finishes, Sydney Allen does well to control the ball down the left-hand side. Ioannidis arrives inside the penalty area. Now she looks to try and find a way in the middle of the penalty area. Good defence by Muldeary, forces her out. Now the ball from G, who received it, is cleared again nicely by Natali. Down to Rabin, who beats 2 opponents. She just brushed them off effortlessly. A magnificent piece of play, but then unfortunately for Bulleen, offside as the ball came through from a nice little pass from Cernio, and trying to get on the end of that was Camilleri, but unfortunately she was deemed to be offside. Just an effortless piece of defence again by Bulleen. They've been magnificent tonight. Once again, Camilleri in the attacking half. Lisa Fenoya's there, still battling manfully. She's virtually manhandled her opponent out of the contest then in Dolzana. She was trying to work her way to get around her, even though she was on goal side. and it will be a free kick to go the way of Bulleen in the 89th minute. And this is where they've been pretty dangerous. Sydney Allen forming a wall with Koutsis. Most of the other players are in the heart of the penalty area or on the left-hand side. She aims Dolzahn, well, for Kayla Morrison to try and maybe scissor kick it. She was well off balance and had her back to the goals. In the end, a bit of a wasteful free kick from Bulleen in the closing stages of this match, which will result in a big win for the FC Bulleen Lions. They'll stay in second position and increase their advantage in second position to 4 points ahead of Alamein, who drew 4-all with South Melbourne last week and got well beaten by Calder yesterday. 4-0 and have been beaten by Calder 3 times. Then again, Calder have only had 2 defeats, one of them to Bulleen. Lovely sliding ball to Mulderry inside the penalty area, up to the top of the 10-yard box. It's cleared well, though, by the defence of Heidelberg. Again, it comes back towards Bulleen and going down in the box, but I think she was accidentally touched. She made it a lot worse than it was. Bit of simulation from Rabin. There wasn't much in that, I don't think. She may have been looking for a penalty, one not forthcoming. She gets up now, and we are in extra time in this match, or injury time. Closing stage. It's going to be a big win for Bulleen. They lead 4-0. Sydney Allen heads it away. Ioannidis tries to control it. Again, pinched by Natali. Has been brilliant tonight. Down the right-hand side. Also very good as Dolzahn. Dolzahn looping ball. Getting there late is Rabin. But she couldn't stop Fenoya from taking it well. Right in front of her. On the right-hand side. Again, a good save by Christina Fenoya. Now, Koutsis is it in the middle of the pitch. That's a long ball, which is an aimless ball, a wasteful ball that is allowed to pass comfortably to the goalkeeper in Morrissey, who throws it down. She had one legitimate save tonight and did well from a nice free kick from Sydney Allen, and there was a header by Heidelberg. Other than that, she really has had a pretty comfortable night tonight. Turnover by Cassie Carmen, maybe one last chance for Heidelberg, but again it stopped at halfway by Sarah Kane inside the attacking half, ballooned on by Dolzahn. Here's Rabin now. Can Rabin score? No, she can't, and that was a magnificent battle with Jordan's one of the subs, who brings her down inside the box. She was on goal side then. That was a good contest, and unfortunately for Rabin's being shoved in the side, forced the ball to slew away, and she wasn't able to get the purchase she wanted to try and score Bulleen's 5th goal at the death. But a good contest and well played by Eva Jordans then. Excellent defensive tactics to make Margot Rabin, the French import, Bulleen's new recruit, to work for that. Long ball back into play. It's at halfway. Still in the defensive half for Heidelberg. Koutsis has been okay since coming on, showing a bit of class. And again, they have to go back through Robers. And now to Christina Fenoya. Christina Fenoya, a low pass. But Cassie Carmen misses it. She completely misses it. Here's a chance now for Bridie Siri. Down the right-hand side. Maybe the last play of the night. 3 opponents come after her. One of them is Carmen, hoping to make up for her mistake before, and she manages to get a little boot on that, allowing Morrison to charge through on the counter-attack. But turned over at halfway by Isabella G. They can't control it. Koutsis falls over for Heidelberg, and then good play by Sarah Kane to get a boot on it, and that's it. All over. A big win by Bulleen tonight, and they stay in second spot, 4 points clear. 3rd win in a row where they've not conceded a goal, and that makes it 10 for the season where they've had clean sheets. And this is the 4th match for Heidelberg where they've not scored a goal, and another disappointing loss for Heidelberg. Their first match for a while. They certainly looked a bit rusty. But maybe, as we said, they needed the run, as they've got a big semi-final in the Nike Cup on Thursday against Calder, and then a lot more football to be played, including 2 matches to make up after they were washed out due to the heavy conditions at the Heidelberg West ground over the last couple of weeks of June. But a big win to Bulleen, a brace tonight to Rachel Quigley, goals also to Alexandra Natali. Lovely header where it was a beautiful free kick taken by Bulleen in the second half, and also a goal early to Caitlin Friend inside the first 10 minutes has seen Bulleen win comfortably. And as I say, it now means that they stay in second position. 4 points clear of Alamein. It also means South Melbourne are 7 points clear of Heidelberg, but have played 2 games more. Heidelberg looking for a spot inside the top 4, which looked a given at the halfway mark of the season. But now they've got a lot of work to do. South Melbourne were going through a rough patch then. They've certainly found form in recent weeks. And now the job is in front of Heidelberg in the back end of the season to try and regain the mojo of the early half of the season. I hope you enjoyed the coverage. Plenty more Premier League football from Football Victoria on the YouTube. You can have a look at all the replays on the YouTube on the Football Victoria website during the week. And we look forward to another round of NPL matches next weekend. Enjoy your football and have a great night.
Black and yellow. The semi-final of first round of head on out there and just behind it. They're down at the goes down to Bulleen on Sunday, and then the blokes on Warrior Nation TV will be